the final series before the All-Star break. Yet it is the first time this season the Dodgers have visited Oracle Park in San Francisco. Dodgers losing streak is their longest in 6 years, but hoping they can stop the bleeding against the rival Giants coming up right here in 60 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Leadoff LA. John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia Parr. We know the Dodgers are going to win a baseball game again, Jerry, at some point. Tonight would be a good night to get it done in San Francisco.
No time like the present. Friday night lights in San Francisco. Listen, we've hit a little bump in the road. 6 games in the grand scheme of things is nothing, especially nothing if you win tonight, find a way to win a ball game.
You have a day off. You have time to reset, set your mind, set your body a little bit. But there's nothing like breaking a skid like this against your rival. So go ahead, take care of business, get game 1.
All right, here's how things stand in the National League West with 3 games left to go before the All-Star break. Dodgers 56-38, still have the best record in the National League. The Giants are 5 games back, Padres 5.5. Followed by the Arizona Diamondbacks and then the Rockies. So the Dodgers have dropped 6 in a row. It's their longest losing streak in 6 years. They had that off day yesterday, Jerry, that Nomar was talking about. So hopefully they did have a chance to reset and finish this first half on a positive note.
And that's the key. That's the word, reset. There's a lot of fans pressing the panic button. Don't press that panic button. Press the reset button. These guys are veteran guys. These guys are champions. They know you're going to have a stretch where it's just not going to be there. You're not going to play your best baseball. And these guys have not flipped the switch. Hopefully they had a nice meal, maybe some sushi in San Francisco last night, maybe some sake as well. And hopefully they sock it to the Giants tonight.
Hey, you want to you're talking about finishing the first half strong or before the All-Star break strong. And, Jerry, you said this the other day, and it's so true because Dusty Baker, manager for both of us, he says the 2 toughest weeks in baseball, there's the first week right before the break and the first week right after the break. Coming in and trying not to kind of shut it down before that break. As a player, that's the challenge. And as a manager, the same thing, seeing that. And then after having that break, to get the guys jump-started after that break is another tough week. So, you still got to have your mind right, go out there and just win this series.
Yeah, plus these are hugely meaningful games. Yeah. The Dodgers being chased by the Giants in the NL West, so they want to have a chance to play their best this week. And the Dodgers, though, they've won 8 World Series in franchise history. And for what it's worth, none of those 8 championship teams ever lost 6 games in a row. Tonight, the Dodgers will try to avoid it becoming a 7-game skid. Kirsten Watson is with the Dodgers in San Francisco. Right now, she joins us live with more. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Yeah, the hope is today they can get back into that win column. But if we look at how the last series went in Milwaukee, in that Game 3, as much as it was a frustrating loss, with talking to Dave Roberts as well as some of the players, there were a few silver linings. One of it was just the quality of at-bats, taking all of those walks, finding different ways to score runs, since, of course, the long ball, the extra base hits, that hasn't necessarily been the case as of late. Dave Roberts, though, he talked about just the mindset of this team heading into this series. If playing against a rival like the Giants can add a little spark to fuel things, or more importantly, just that sense of urgency that the group has right now, looking to get back on track.
I think considering where we're at right now and how, the last 6 games, it really doesn't matter who we play. We're starving for a win. But I do feel that coming into this ballpark, with the rivalry, with the fan base, adds a little extra motivation.
How are you seeing that from the team and how the guys are handling just that fire in them and that starving, like you said, for this win?
I think our guys are reserved, focused, want to finish this last series out playing good baseball. So there's certainly urgency, and guys took the off day the ways that they individually felt was right to gear up for tonight.
Is the series taking on more importance in your eyes, just with the losing streak and the fact the division race could tighten if this weekend doesn't go well going into the All-Star break?
No. I think I just want to win games. So obviously these guys are hanging in there as well. So I understand that the standings have closed the last 5-6 days, but I just think if we just kind of take care of business, play our game, that'll all take care of itself. So I'm really not concerned about the outcome, either way, but expect us to win 3 ball games. So.
With this group of players, it's not necessarily something in which they all come together, have a team meeting of sorts. But with talking to a few guys they used yesterday to really reset, it is clear that the frustration is building. And like Dave Roberts was saying, that sense of urgency, you can feel that amongst the group. Today, the focus was doing some work defensively on the field. They're taking some swings in the batting cage right now, but they're looking to get going, get back on track. They are excited about having Teoscar Hernandez back in the lineup today, playing in right field. Tommy Edmonds going to be at third base. So it does feel like guys are getting healthier. They're moving in the right direction, but they understand they want to get going, and they definitely want to end this first half of the season on a high note, guys.
And hopefully having a chance to hit that reset button will do them some good beginning tonight. Kirsten, thank you very much. Let's get our first look at Dave Roberts' lineup card to go up against the Giants all-star right-hander Logan Webb. It's Shohei leading things off, followed by Mookie, Freddie, and Will Smith. Teoscar Hernandez returns to the starting lineup. He's playing right field. Former Giant Michael Conforto batting sixth, playing left field. Andy Pages is in center. Haesung Kim is at second. Tommy Edman batting ninth. He's going to play third base behind Dustin May. Jared?
I'm looking at Will Smith, starting catcher for your National League All-Star. He's been pretty good at Oracle Park there in San Francisco. Career .330 hitter. I expect him to have a big night.
I think the thing that stand out, there are two things, obviously, I think. There's really obviously Teoscar Hernandez in there, and then Tommy Edman, and where he's playing.
Well, and when Teoscar Hernandez first went down with that groin injury, he was pitching matchups about as good as they can get all series long this weekend in San Francisco. Dustin May against Logan Webb tonight. Shohei will go tomorrow, followed by Emmett Sheehan in that one, taking on Landon Roop. Then to close out the first half of the season, a pair of all-stars, Yoshinobu Yamamoto against Robbie Ray. The Dodgers hitters, they have struggled to solve any pitcher recently. Now they have to deal with Logan Webb, who's 2-0 in his last four starts against the Dodgers. He beat the Dodgers here in L.A. last month. He only allowed 2 hits, no more. The thing about Logan Webb, we've seen it, everything he throws moves. But it seems like we always talk about the changeup and the guys who chase it when it's down low in the zone. So how can the Dodgers avoid doing that tonight?
Off that he's more than a 5-tool guy. Make it 6-tool. He's got the camera going. Dodgers won 2 of 3 against the Giants back in June, and over the last 4 years, 33-15 against San Francisco. So perhaps his trip here to the Bay, what'll get him right. And even with the 6-game losing streak, still a 5-game lead over the Giants. Remember, these teams are tied for first place about a month ago, but the Giants have gone 10-14 since that day that Logan Webb pitched them into a first-place tie. The Dodgers with a 5-game lead in the division, 1-game lead over the Cubs for the best record in the National League. The orders presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, with Will Smith hitting cleanup and Teoscar Hernandez back in the lineup. His first game since Saturday. He's in right field. Conforto makes his first return to San Francisco. He's in left hitting sixth. Pages in center, Haesung Kim at second, and Tommy Edman makes his first start at third base in 3 years and only his second over the last 5 seasons. And it is Logan Webb going for the Giants. Webb is doing what he always does as far as racking up the volume, being reliable, getting deep into games, but his strikeout rate has gone through the roof. That's now top 5 in the league. 2.62 ERA, third in the National League, as good as he's ever been.
He is a tough customer in the past, and he's even tougher right now. He makes all the twists and the turns as far as the baseball going left, right, left. Now he can go from the bottom of the strike zone to the top of the strike zone because of the cutter.
Ohtani stands in, and off we go with a fastball for a strike.
This is what he used against the Dodgers back in June, and he was the most cutters he has thrown in his career. And so you got the sinker and the changeup, but you got other things to worry about.
That's a cutter that he added back last year. Hadn't thrown it in a few years, and he added it really with the guy that he's facing right here in mind, with Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, knowing how often he'd see these guys, left-handed hitters that had given him a hard time before. And overall, he only throws it a few times a game. It doesn't grade out well in a vacuum, but the fact that he's got it transforms him to another level, above the All-Star and Cy Young caliber level that he's always been. 28 of those cutters against the Dodgers back in June, and went 7 innings in that game and gave up just 2 runs. His 1-2 to Ohtani is somehow fouled off. He's going to flap the bat out there and stayed alive.
When you talk about the cutter and you say the individual results are not good, but it's like salt to a great meal, right? It brings out the flavor, and it brings out the flavor in his arsenal.
Another 1-2 from Webb is fouled off. Actually, his cutter doesn't even technically cut, but relative to his sinker, which moves so much to the arm side, it feels to the hitters like it is cutting.
Yeah, if he's 10 to 12 inches with the sinker and then goes to a 0 with the cutter, he's in great shape as far as movement or the illusion of movement.
Chopper along first and foul. Ohtani leads the National League in home runs and runs scored and an on-base plus slugging, but even he has not been immune to the recent slump, hitting 150 over his last 11 games. Only 4 runs in 3 games in Milwaukee for the Dodgers, and only 10 runs over the 6-game losing streak. He's worked the count to 2-2.
That's a great take just off the edge. It takes an elite eye to take this pitch.
On the 8th pitch, takes outside again, ball 3. Ohtani leading off and takes the walk. Earns the walk against Webb. Took him 9 pitches and the leadoff man aboard.
He did earn this walk. 3 pitches that were borderline, but the boos and the close calls did not influence Brian Onora, the home plate umpire.
Well, here's one of those situations we're talking about everything interconnected during this losing streak. You look back to Wednesday, Tanner Scott gets the black eye of having the blown save, but the Dodgers had chances in that game to get runs in where they didn't. And the room for error is gone. Here's a situation where you got to find a way to get the guy in from third. The infield comes in, and Ohtani will do plenty more than that. A majestic drive, 2-1 Dodgers, and a splash hit for Ohtani.
These Dodgers had scored 2 runs in the last 21 and a third innings. Well, they got 2 runs on 1 swing right here, and it was a no-doubter. This ball is getting wet.
"32nd of the year to lead the National League for Ohtani. And now Mookie Betts fouls it off. Man, it felt like a big home run.
Huge. It was a huge situation just to get 1, just to break the ice and get the offense started. They got more than a spark right there.
An incredible play all around. Like I said, great throw by Conforto, but incredible play by Will Smith to hang in there and get that tag.
Not only was it an incredible throw, Conforto on a dime, great throw. That angle we had from like the visitors' dugout, that ball kind of hid behind the runner's helmet, but he had enough concentration to still catch and apply the tag. Great play.
Yeah. All right, Dodgers fall, though, 8-7. Let's go back to Oracle Park and hear from Mookie Betts with Kirsten and the media.
Mookie, when you look at how the last week has gone, just the fight you all showed tonight, Dave Roberts talked about just the feeling of a sense of urgency, wanting the wins. Were you feeling that in this game tonight, just how you all battled the back?
Yeah. It's kind of, I feel like we play like that every game. We just haven't gotten the bats going. Today we were able to string some hits together and put some innings together, but we just come up short.
What are you seeing from Logan Webb that at least put you guys in a situation to potentially pull off this comeback win?
I think he just left a few pitches out over the plate, especially in that one inning. I don't remember what inning it was, but we were just able to string some hits together, something we hadn't done in a while. Obviously, I know it sucks, but we got to try and take some positive out of it. At least we battled back.
Is it more encouraging that the offense kind of got something going, or does it just make it more frustrating when you guys do kind of come back and get close late in the game like that?
No, I think it's definitely more encouraging. We haven't, I can't speak for everyone, but I haven't done anything this whole time. So, I don't want to speak on myself, but I don't want to speak on other people, but just to kind of get us going and getting some hits there. It's just at least that's the positive that you can take out of it.
Where did the pitch get you, and how bad did you think it was?
It just got me just on the inner thigh, but just went numb for a second. But you get hit by a ball, it's probably gonna hurt.
Hae-Sung Kim had 3 hits tonight, also made this great defensive play. We've got plenty more reaction coming up. Dodgers fall to the Giants 8-7 in the series opener. Let's go back to San Francisco and hear from Dave Roberts with Kirsten and the media.
Dave, obviously a loss is a loss. But when you look at just how your guys fought back in this one, did this one feel different compared to how this week has gone?
I like the fight. I like the fight tonight. I thought 1 through 9, there were good at-bats in there, scored some runs, had a chance to win at the end, and unfortunately I came up a little short. But yeah, I think 1 through 9, I like the at-bat quality, and Webb is one of the really good pitchers in the National League, and for us to get him in the 6th inning, chase him, get to the pen, I thought that was good. And unfortunately, on the pitching side, we just couldn't prevent enough runs.
Dustin talked about how he felt like he just kind of got a little out of sync with the walks and the long ball. What were you seeing from him that just kind of really proved to be the difference with how he started this one and then in the middle of his outing?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the tell of tonight, where I thought early on the stuff was really good, and then you look and he started losing command, and the 4 walks, I think 3 of the guys scored, and you give a team that's playing well, that's opportunistic, free passes, they're going to come back to haunt you. And also, it kind of introduces more hitters and the better hitters, and you got to face more guys in a game, and that changes kind of the landscape of the game. And so I think that 4th or 5th inning where you walk 2 guys right there to start the inning, that kind of started it. And we almost got out with the double play off Chapman's bat, but for me, I just felt, the command wasn't there enough to, warrant another chance at Adames. And so, unfortunately, and then we got count leverage at times and couldn't put hitters away, so that kind of bit us a little bit too.
How much has that been kind of a pattern of this season, just kind of looking dominant through stretches, but also just kind of having those versus not really having his command?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Not to make any excuse for him, but that's part of kind of his path back and trying to fine tune some things. And at times it's elite, it's commanded, and then then other times it kind of goes awry a little bit, and you give up free passes or make a mistake middle of the plate to give up slug. And so that's sort of what happened today. And he's trying his tail off. But today, it just kind of fell off a little bit in the middle of the game.
2 for 4 for Mookie tonight, hard contact on the line out in the 1st inning. How encouraged were you by his at-bats, and how important do you think this series is to just take some momentum into the 2nd half?
That was good. That was really good. I thought Mookie showed a lot of fight tonight and was in there and spoiling some tough pitches, and even that Doval at bat, what he did right there and squared a lot of balls up tonight. So that was really encouraging. A lot of positives from Mookie, and again, solid defense. And tonight, Hae-Sung, I just the more you watch this young kid play, the more you like. And he's just a baseball player. He loves to compete, loves to fight, and so had a big night from him. So there were some good things.
All right, Shohei Ohtani draws the start in San Francisco tomorrow. We will preview that matchup as the Big Show continues to build up in his 5th start of the season. Tomorrow afternoon, Shohei Ohtani will be pulling double duty again, making his 5th start of the season on the mound. He's gone 2 innings in each of his previous 2 outings as he continues to build up after not pitching for almost 2 years. No more. Still going to be an abbreviated outing for him, but what are you hoping to see against the Giants?
Well, more of the same. We've seen his last couple of outings as he's gotten better and just calmer, more comfortable, and sharper with his pitches and confidence with his pitches. I know he went 2 innings last. Maybe if he's efficient and just as confident confident and effective as he was his last out, maybe we'll see him go 3.
Each and every start, he's got better. A better feel for his pitch, especially the breaking ball, glove side command with that fastball. Hopefully gives us 3 strong innings.
All right, the Dodgers will be trying to snap out of this 7-game losing streak tomorrow. It's another chance for them to snap the skid.
Listen, tomorrow's a must-win. Must win. I'm going to say it right now. Must win tomorrow. Put ourselves in position to win the series.
Yeah, we talk about winning the series. Good fight today. Came up short. Win tomorrow.
All right. For Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I am John. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Pregame at noon on Sportsnet LA.